Collingwood win by 52 points at the Gabba.
Pretty good. Pretty damn good, lads!
Up to play.
G'day guys, Nate here, coming at you with the round 6 review of Collingwood's 52-point win over Brisbane at the Gabba Thursday night. Collingwood 16-9-105 to Brisbane 7-11-53. As I look back at my preview video, I realised I didn't really give this game much air or much hype to begin with. Only around 4 minutes of that talk, I glazed over Jamie Elliott in his 200th AFL game, which is honestly fair enough. But in the end, it kind of worked out for me here because this game, as a contest, as a neutral, particularly after halftime, was a fizzer. Collingwood, once again, just far too clinical, even better than last week, in my honest blue eye opinion. But still having yet again a sense of calm in this Collingwood victory, this Collingwood outfit at the moment in regards to getting the job done. I also said in my preview video that Collingwood would have to step up their game, another level, another gear compared to how we performed against Sydney in order to beat Brisbane here. I have to put my hand up here and admit I was wrong. I was wrong. Guys didn't step up another level or another gear here. They tore the fucking house down. They stood up in multiple levels, multiple gears, and that's not doing this level of performance justice or this victory justice. This was an exquisite performance by Collingwood. 5 wins in a row. Going to bed Thursday night, a happy boy, and Collingwood provisionally on top of the AFL ladder. As mentioned earlier, Collingwood by 52 points, and we can easily give Nick Daicos his best on-ground performance honours here, because what a fucking game from start to finish. 3 Brownlow votes. Don't even wait until Brownlow night. Just give him the 3 Brownlow votes now. Right fucking now. 38 disposals, 8 clearances, 10 contested possessions. May not seem like a lot compared to his overall possessions here, but he had the second most amount of contested possessions on the ground overall behind Lachie Neale, who had 11. Nick Daicos kicking a goal as well in the third quarter. There was a point in the third quarter where Jared Berry was giving the hard tag on Nick Daicos, and I love Chris Fagan as a coach up at Brisbane. Was a weird coaching move to just all of a sudden just tag Nick Daicos in the third quarter. I said in the Gather Round review video that it felt like James Jordan was being a little bit light or easy on Nick Daicos with his tag. It felt like they'll give him a hard tag in the second half. It didn't happen in the Sydney game. It damn well happened in this game against Brisbane, but Nick Daicos in the third quarter still had 7 disposals, kicked a goal as well. Still got separation from Jared Berry at the stoppages. You give Nick Daicos an inch and he'll take a mile. Effective disposals. It shut down any hard tag nonsense, especially when the game's as good as gone. The house is almost fucking burnt down at the Gabba. So hard tag stuff, that was just a blip on the radar there. But to be fair to Brisbane, they were coming into this game 5-0 to start the season, technically on a 10-game win streak if you include the 2024 season. Their last loss prior to this game here was, well, against Collingwood at the MCG. Brisbane felt like this loss was coming, to be honest. 10-game win streak, 6 of those victories being from a halftime deficit, and Collingwood rarely lose games when they're leading by double digits at halftime. Ned Long converting that set shot at halftime, 19 points up at the break. Sense of calm, yet again, trusting the process. Just knew that Collingwood would run this game out. They knew that Brisbane would come out swinging in the third quarter. Collingwood able to manage that storm. Frustrating night for Brisbane. They'll bounce back. They're the reigning, defending, undisputed premiers for a reason. I trust Brisbane will bounce back. We do play Brisbane again later in the season at the MCG. And Brisbane, once again, they're going to be in the premiership mix. And it's going to be a worthy premiership defence for them as well. A team that will actually make finals and a team that will probably win at least one final in September. But whether they defend their premiership, that remains to be seen. Still a long way to go in 2025. I think what surprised me about this win was, again, we controlled the corridor. Yes, Brisbane controlled the momentum and tempo at times, but we slowed it down even more. We tidied up our defensive zoning from start to finish. Brisbane were still plus 30 in marks overall, again, controlling the tempo and the momentum as well. But any forward momentum was halted by Collingwood. But we were just smarter and more professional, more clinical, more exquisite, to be exact, making Brisbane feel uncomfortable in their game. And you saw it as well coming out of halfback. Main Zorko, he's a general across halfback. He had an off night here, and every time you saw him, they got to from fullback to halfback, they just stopped, switched it around. They tried their best, just made them feel very, very uncomfortable. We pretty much did what the Bulldogs couldn't do last week in Gather Round. It was by stopping their forward momentum. Brisbane, 7 goals, 11, and just the 4 goal scorers as well. 2 goals to Cam Rayner, 2 goals to Eric Hipwood, 2 goals to Oscar McInerney, 1 goal to Sam Day. We kept guys like Zach Bailey, Charlie Cameron, Logan Morris, Callum Archie, all goalless. And unless you want to be technical and include Oscar McInerney as the ruck here, there was no goals from midfielders at all. Stats here aren't as dominant compared to our win over Sydney, but again, it's a 52-point win over the reigning, defending, undisputed premiers on their home deck. We had the Collingwood chant echoing around the Gabba, loud and clear in that last quarter. So fucking good. It's a thing of beauty. I'm a happy boy right now. I'm just so fucking happy. We had Jordan Daicos coming back in again. He replaced Tim Membry, who was rested. And there was a laid out with Lockie Sullivan, Mason Cox coming in. So in terms of the individual selections, they weren't like for like. Daicos in for Membry, Cox in for Sullivan. However, going in for Sullivan and Cox in for Membry just provides a lot more value, to be honest, in a weird way. It helped us here. De Goey in for Sullivan. Sullivan was probably going to get about 10, 15 disposals, possibly a goal as well. De Goey, 2 goals here. That's his bottom. That's the bottom in terms of De Goey's performances. I expect him to improve on this throughout the season, so long as he stays fit. So long as he stays fucking fit. No more ins and outs, chopping and changing with De Goey's fitness here. And Mason Cox in for Membry. Membry was decent against the Swans, but Cox provides that height. He was a liability in terms of his set shots dead in front, kicking 2 behinds. But as that second ruck option compared to Sam Day, it really exposed Brisbane's midfield structure. It allowed Collingwood's midfielders to run rampant in terms of clearances and stoppages. And to be honest, it was a great way to capitalise on big Oscar McInerney being rested as well. Collingwood plus 10 in clearances for this game, plus 14 for inside 50s, plus 5 for tackles. It was a very low tackle count across the board here. 61 tackles for the entire game for both teams. 33 to Collingwood, 28 to Brisbane. And just also being in the positives or in the green as well for disposals and contested possessions to finish out the game. Selection talk's going to be a bit of a squeeze, bit of a headache in terms of that meeting. Ed Allen was the sub here again, 7 disposals in the final quarter. Again, it was a nothing quarter, so hard for him to make an impact. Dan Houston's going to be back from his suspension, which will allow Harry Perriman to be more up the ground, be able to play his game again, which is going to benefit both guys. And we somehow become even more stable across our back line, Dan Houston across half back. Now, thankfully, the good news out of this game, Darcy Moore has been cleared of concussion. It was a nasty knee injury, just innocuous as well. The knee cometh, the knee taketh away in terms of Darcy Moore. I'm not holding my breath on this, though. It's a head knock, so who knows what the lingering symptoms are going to be in terms of head knocks and concussion. So I'll just wait and see on that. I'll give it a few days and see how Darcy Moore fares. But all things point to Darcy Moore being cleared for Anzac Day. I just need Darcy Moore to deliver another fine captain speech post-game. As for Lockie Schultz, I still think he's 40-60 for Anzac Day. If he returns for Anzac Day, that's a 3-week turnaround. So I think he will be not rested, but I think they'll give him 1 more week to prove his fitness. He'll be back definitely for the Geelong game. It's either one of Cox or Membry in the side. I think we still go with Membry in for Mason Cox. I think Darcy Cameron can hold his own as a solo ruck. And it's also going to depend as well for this Anzac Day against Essendon, which I'll touch on more in my preview video for that. It also depends on how they structure up with their rucks, if Sam Draper's going to be the solo ruck or not, how Darcy Cameron, if he's going to perform as a solo ruck as well, or if we use Mason Cox to put a bit more pressure in the midfield against Essendon. But we'll wait and see on that. It's a watch this space in terms of Collingwood selection talk. But I trust Craig McRae and the boys to have the right team and the right structure and balance to remain on this winning streak right now. And before I finish this video, Jamie Elliott, 200 AFL games, well-deserved. More glazing of Jamie Elliott, so shut the fuck up. Well-deserved. Jamie Elliott kicking 2 goals in the third quarter. I was expecting 200 goals for this game here, but 2 goals will do. He goes to 297 career goals, so he's a sneaky chance to get the 300 on Anzac Day. I am thinking too far ahead, so we've got to treat Essendon with respect. As well as respect here, this win over Brisbane, it's a great win. Soak it up, Collingwood fans. It's 5 wins in a row. It's a great win at the Gabba. Interstate. Road win, away win. Collingwood's back up and running. It's early on in season 2025, so there's another 17 home and away games here. But for me, at least, the lid is still firm shut on this. All I can say is celebrate accordingly. Be humble. Be humble. Collingwood fans being humble. Rightio. Not getting too far ahead of ourselves here. But these wins, man, so fucking good. So clinical, so professional, so exquisite. I'll keep saying that. Exquisite. We've only had 1 close win. No comeback king moments just yet. We've got Essendon next week. Anything can happen against Essendon, especially Anzac Day. So I'm going to continue being rational as best I can. I've stayed off social media since the GWS loss, so I consider myself a lucky charm. I think 20% of these victories have been on the back of my hard work, so I'm staying happy. I'm going to try and stay humble. Staying humble, rightio. Staying humble for sure. There's long ways to go in season 2025. VFL action's back for round 4 for Collingwood. They take on Brisbane up at Ipswich, Brighton Homes Arena to be exact. 12:05 p.m. start on a Friday. So up at Brisbane, that's an 11:05 a.m. start. So the conditions are going to favour Brisbane there. Haven't seen the team lineups, unfortunately, for the VFL. So I'll watch that game. I'm not sure if I'll be able to watch it live. Possibly have a VFL report for that game. I am considering a few other options in terms of my next videos. There'll be a preview video for the Anzac Day game. Uh, Maybe a few topic videos in between. There's a very long weekend for me. And also, as well, I'm not going to forget, the VFLW season starts this weekend. Collingwood takes on the Casey Demons, 2:35 p.m. start on a Saturday at Casey Field. So technically, Collingwood's got 3 interstate games. So I can't go to any of these games. I watch them from the comfort of my own home. But I'll wrap this video here and this review here. It's an extended Easter, so I'll be very lackadaisical and watch this space in my next few videos. I'll be in the background. Enjoy it. Soak up this victory. 5 in a row. If you enjoyed this video and review, give it a like, leave a comment. Happy to discuss all things Collingwood in the comment section. Subscribe if you wish. I'm in it for the long haul. More importantly, though, across this Easter holiday, please be well and stay safe. Jamie Elliott gets the outro here. Magpies out.